Everybody, what's going on? I'm live. I'm live. I'm just up though. My voice a little scratchy. My voice a little scratchy tonight, and I might be too close, but I just want to talk to y'all real quick. I need to talk real quick and just get this off my chest. Ain't nothing wrong. I'm good. What's up, everybody in the pipeline? Let's come on in. Let's come on in. Yesterday, the weather was crazy. I think I went outside. I was outside and I had like a thin jacket on. My voice is raspy. I think I'm getting a little cold or something with this weather up and down. So I'm gonna stay at a little distance and I might sound a little loud, but I gotta tell y'all I got a vent. I got a vent. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the pipeline. Let's come on in. Let's hit the like button. Let's subscribe. Man, remember when I told y'all I talked to my spiritual advisor now? I talk to her like about twice a month. I try to get to her like twice a month. But the stuff she told me, and I'm not a big person, like my religion is high with God. Like God is always first in my life. And I think everybody who follow me or watch me know that. But it's some stuff, like I don't know if anybody on here, I don't do y'all believe in like spiritual mediums and psychics or you do? Comment and give me your thoughts on it or whatever. So some stuff she was telling me was just weird to me, bro. Like, so I've been having some little stuff going on. It's good, ain't nothing bad been going on in my life. Actually, life is great, man. It really couldn't be better with my transition and how far I came. So as I'm steady embarking on this new journey, trying to get to my people and open their mindsets. I've been this way honestly all my life. I can never change who I am, but I've always been into doing more research on the world and what people want us to believe. I have all religion or politics or that we was taught up to believe in. I always found things questionable. Ever since I was a kid, it's like something ain't right. It ain't adding up. I always wanted to find my purpose and always embark on whatever I was good at. So, as I'm talking to my spiritual advisor the last few times, she told me, not this time, but the time before, I'm gonna go to both times. Not this last time, but the time before last. She tell me, like, this was almost a month ago. She asked me, like, have you been having problems with your devices? Anything with communication? Have you been having a problem with that? And that's crazy because ain't no way she could have knew that. Ain't no way she could have knew that. So I'm like, huh? She like, you been having a problem with like your phones or your computers or something like that, like anything with communication, technology. I'm like, actually, I have. And it's weird that you said that because I've been having some issues with my devices now for like a month. Y'all know what I went through or whatever. I didn't know if somebody was trying to hack into my bread or what was going on with the communication. I didn't know what was going on, but things was fishy. Like things have been real fishy. But I'm cool now. Like I said, that was about a month ago, 3 weeks ago to a month. So I tell her, like, yeah, I actually have been having issues with my communication. So she tell me like the universe and the God and the universe is trying to communicate with you. That's why you've been having issues with your. I'm like, that's crazy. You said that because I've been having like I always be having these little visions, and I would say about the last month, I've been having these crazy dreams, bro. Like these dreams has been so vivid where I feel like God has been trying to talk to me. Like I told y'all this probably for about a month now. God has been trying to get my attention on a lot of different areas to a point where I was annoyed about it because I'm like, what the hell is going on? But sitting talking to her, she was telling me like, yo, this the communication. They God trying to talk to you. You got angels, loved ones on the other side that's trying to reach out to you. I'm like, what? That's crazy because I had a dream about my godmother My godmother, she been dead for quite some time now. And the last dream I had about her was almost about a month ago. And she was telling me how proud she is of me, how far I came, don't give up. And she always is watching me. And I remember it for like 2 minutes. But then it was like when I woke up, I couldn't put the rest of the dream together. Like, you know, when you had dreams, sometimes you kind of forget, but you wake up, you be sweating, your heart be beating and stuff. So I'm like, that's crazy. So then when my spiritual advisor told me that, things started making sense. So then here's the thing with that. So I'm like, these last little few dreams and the stuff that been going on with me for like a month, God is trying to communicate with me about the world. And it's like like I'm a messenger or some of some sort. For some reason, this energy in me is to let people know, take care of your family, love yourself, focus on your finances. And you think about what's going on with the pandemic and the COVID, and everybody like, oh, we gotta live for the future. We is in the future. This is the future. So what decisions is we gonna make better to take care of ourselves and our family? And then another thing is the last conversation she told me, like this was last week. She said, you gotta be careful while you driving because you could be possibly involved in a car accident or be involved in a high speed chase. You ain't got nothing to do with it. But a car that's gonna be chased, you could possibly end up getting hit from the back or something. Y'all, do y'all not know like 3 days ago I almost got hit twice? Twice in 3 days? Like that was crazy too. I'm like, what deal? So when I talked to her about that a week before it happened, and this was none of my fault. It was just drivers, people speeding or whatever. Boom, boom. I didn't get into an accident, but that warning that she gave me, I could have got into it. She said, be careful. Some is gonna be involved, like a car accident, or you could get hit. So just watch your surroundings. She says it's gonna be probably you. She said I see a high speed chase or somewhere a car. There's gonna be cars involved, and you could probably get hit from the back. So if you got kids or so, watch your kids. If you got ride with kids or something, just be careful because you could get hit. Man, I was about to get into a car accident 2 times in the last 3 days. Not on my end, on their end though. But with me, with her giving me that warning, I was extra cautious, and I was the type of person who I'm like, I always like to take spiritual advice, whether if it come from pastors or you know how they could give you prophecies. So I was always into that, but I never was into no psychic stuff. Like I just certain stuff I just really don't believe in. But it is people that have special gifts that could give you a warning or give you heads up on things that you may not even know about. So man, that was spooky. Like, and then she told me this too. She said, it's something that happened to you in 2003 that kind of took you back to where your decision making after that, you kind of went off on the wrong end in life. Whatever happened to you in 2003. I'm like, that's crazy. Because that's actually 2003 is when I started going through all my different shifts with addiction, with the drugs and the alcohol, the music. I jumped into the music scene and stuff real, real tough. I got to meeting a lot of people. I started picking up with my travel and my music and stuff about 2003, 2004. So when she told me that, she like, whatever happened in 2003 or sometime, you kind of went left, but where you at now in life, you about to be blessed from the universe. All your blessings is just about to come tenfold. And she couldn't never have lied because the last about 3, 4 months in my life, I just been getting blessings on top of blessings on top of blessings, and I just really don't even know where they could have came from. I mean, I got people from my past showing up like, here, remember you did this for me? Boom. I'm looking up. I be having stuff all just in the mailbox, or I could just bump into a person or meet a person and they just want to work with me or give me an opportunity at something. So I just be like, it do like, man, that shit is just crazy to me. But in the last few dreams I've been having, they've been real vivid. So what she told me to do is, this is some advice. So y'all know when I find stuff, I always gotta let y'all know. That's just how I am. You know, some people gonna take what they can from it, some people ain't. You know what I mean? But I'm a real positive person. So when I come across key things, whether if it's investments or just self-esteem issues, mental illness, little ways to make money, I'm gonna always share that with my people because if it can help me, it can probably help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So what she told me is start sleeping with a notebook and pen under your bed. Cause whatever is being communicated to you is coming through dreams. I found that just, man, it seemed like everything the last two sessions we have had, for her not to know my past to the extent or all my full information about myself my whole life, man, she was hitting dead on the head where it was scary. I'm like, damn, how she know? How she know all this? Like, she like, what you gotta start doing is you gotta start writing you what did you say? Hold on. So what she was saying was just like, start keeping you a notebook and pen underneath your bed so when you have dreams and the little pieces you the pieces of the dreams that you could remember, soon as you wake up, write them down because the universe is trying to communicate with you. That's why you've been having issues with your phone. Now, not this visit, but the last visit, after she was telling me about all this other stuff about my devices when she first told me that, not this visit, the last visit. Do y'all not know that same day before I met with her, my phone had shattered and broke? My phone shattered. It broke. I had to go get a new phone the next day. Like it was crazy. It was like right after all that with the communication, you have a problem with your device. Like boom, my phone shattered. So I'm like, what the hell is going on with all my devices? I keep getting phones, my little tablets, my laptop, my TVs, all my TVs top notch. I love technology. I gotta have all the high tech stuff. I just love technology like that. That's just me. But I'm having little issues with it. But now it's all making sense. The whole time I'm thinking I'm getting death threats and all that, and the whole time it was the universe trying to communicate with me. Everything was broke. It was no way I could receive phone calls. My phone, it was no way. Like all my devices were just done. Like I've never been through this so damn my life. Like this was all crazy. So I'm like, so I asked her. I said, so what you think that I need to do? Is it my thinking that's being clouded? She said, you just missing opportunities. You not paying attention. God keep trying to show you things. The universe trying to communicate with you on business opportunities through communication. It's just certain things that you missing. So with you going through this device, that's a way of the universe trying to communicate with you. So now I sleep with my notebook and pad underneath my bed. And last night I had a dream about my sister. And me and my sister, we have a distant relationship, but it was like me and her was the best of sisters. Like it was like the little pieces I could remember, y'all. This is crazy, right? Me and my sister now, I'm the baby girl. I got an older sister. It's only me and her, right, on my mother's side. So me and her was in the back of a store. Now in this store that we was in the back of, we was by the cooler section. It was a small aisle. It was a chip aisle. It was the chips, and then maybe about 2 feet from the chips was the coolers. Now, how the hell did we end up in the back of the store? I don't know. Just in a dream, when I clicked in, we was in the back of the store. We was dancing to music. She was dancing, I was dancing, and the crazy part is we was our age that we was now. But the store we was in was our childhood store that we grew up in. We grew up the neighborhood store, like everybody know that neighborhood store from the house when you was young or the house childhood. Man, we haven't lived in that house in like 20 years. So that's why it was weird that we was at that store. So we in the back of the store, we dancing. Only thing I remember is us laughing. We was dancing. I had chips and she had a pop, and we were just in the back of the store dancing. And then I woke up. First thing I did when I got up that morning, I picked up the phone and called my sister and told her I love her. And from that moment, for the last week, this has been the closest we have been since we've been an adult. Because she live in another city, I live in another city. So it ain't no bad beef for them. We just not as close. We just have different views and opinions in life. And we just go our, we go about our business. But when we come around each other, it's always love. And when we see each other, it's always love. We just don't communicate the way that we supposed to, honestly. But only thing I could do is take that as a gift from God, just saying, love on your people. Love on your people. So tonight, I had just wanted to share my experiences that I had with my spiritual advisor and the stuff that just been going on with me, because y'all know I'm involved in a lot of things. I do a lot of business and I'm always busy. But one thing I could say that I want to let y'all know, I don't care how busy you are, you gotta make time for your family. You gotta make time for your family, your mama with the kids, the kids with everything going on in the pandemic. We got to take time out because they already trying to keep us divided. That's just, it's been going on for generations, decades. What not just the government is trying to do, this whole COVID pandemic. You can't hug your loved ones, you can't be around your loved ones. Somehow we got to get our mindsets and our strengths up and find other ways to still stay in touch with our family and be there for your family. Life is short. This shit ain't promised. And when you wake up, find gratitude. That's what I do. That's how I keep my spirits up a lot, y'all. I find gratitude for life. Because let's talk about life. Let's talk about life and what's going on and where we at with mental illness, depression, the COVID, all this money going on out here. We see the money that's going around. But in a way, is all this money a distraction? That all this money that they giving us that's out. Is all of this a distraction to keep us from really paying attention to what's really going on? Because the more money you got, the more you're not really paying attention to what's going on in these politics and what's going on in the world. Because you out spending money, you splurging, you living your best life. So when it comes to life and mental illness, I just want us to be able to get up and just show gratitude, because life is a beautiful thing. Life is a beautiful experience. And if you go to jail and get locked up and be in a cage and all that, you can't enjoy life. You can't enjoy being around your people. Life is a beautiful thing. Just to wake up and breathe is a beautiful thing. That's why I always tell you, I get up and pray. So you get up and grab that phone, get up and pray. Life is beautiful and we need to grab it by the horns. But all this stuff that's going on with my spiritual advisor telling me stuff and me having these vivid dreams and also going through these experiences in life, I just feel like I told you, I'm on a mission to help my people. And the messages that's being downloaded in me is scary in a way, because I always had that gift of discernment where I could see things before it happened, or I could look at a person and tell if they up to no good or they're a snake. And I don't remember, I have always been certified in my career to do hire and fire and payroll. That has always been a gift of mine to read people. I don't even have to get paid for it. I just have that gift. So with that being said, when I tell y'all to pay attention to the people around you, not just pay attention to them, read through them. Read a person's mindset. Women, watch y'all kids, love on y'all kids, pray on y'all kids. I don't know if everybody got somebody special in their life, a man or a woman, but a lot of our women is coming up missing. Things is happening to our women of all races. And I need y'all to know we got to live for our kids. You know what I'm saying? Get you something to protect yourself. I don't care if you have to get a gun, go register you a gun in your name. If you got to get a taser, some mace, a pocket knife, the world we live in and with mental illness, you don't know what bag a person can come out of. You just never know what to expect. So my women, never let your guard down. Never let your guard down. Your kids need you. Your family needs you. So I need y'all to keep that in mind, women. Keep yourself protected by all means. If you gotta have mace in your purse, carry you some mace. Carry you a taser. Carry you a pocket blade. Keep you a hammer in the car, a baseball bat. You just never know when you can come in a situation. People nowadays, they jump in your car, pull off while you at the store, and stop leaving them keys in the car. Stop leaving them keys in the car. There's been some stories going on up here in my city, in the city of Cleveland, where these girls is leaving their kids in the cars and leaving them cars running, and these cars is getting stolen with the kids. The one girl, left her baby in the car. And dude, she was an Uber driver. Dude jumped in her car, pulled off, pushed the baby out the car. Another girl last month, I don't even think it was a month ago, about 3 weeks ago. She left her baby in the car. They returned the car. They found the car, but guess what? They still can't find the baby. They still can't find the baby. So my women, y'all just stay on y'all P's and Q's. Y'all know I'ma always give y'all the real. And men, let's stand up for us women. It's a lot of women. Y'all men sit around and let stuff happen. And true enough, y'all don't want to get involved in nothing. And everybody is, it ain't my business. It ain't my business. I ain't gonna worry about it. Man, you got sometimes you gotta be worried about it. I'm not saying all circumstances, but if you seeing a woman getting beat up all in the middle of the street, or these women is in situations now where it's like nobody is saving them or helping them. Go on YouTube. You can watch all kind of videos of women getting kidnapped, getting put in trunk from her life. She runs into the store to get some help. Dude run in the store. Did y'all not know the store owners pushed the girl out and locked the doors and let dude continuously beat on her, drag her? They didn't call the police. They pushed her outside. I don't know how that story went. I don't know if he did something bad to the girl or what. And I'm gonna tell y'all another recent story up here that just happened about 2 weeks ago. I think the girl, what's her name? I don't want to misquote it. I want to say it was Donisha Williams. Tony, hold on, I'm about to pull it up. But this was sad, girl. Y'all, this girl was 24 years old. This was 2 weeks ago. 24 years old. She met a dude 3 months ago. Met the dude 3 months ago. Guess the dude asked to marry her probably about a month after they met. Oh, this was just on the news up here 2 weeks ago. The girl funeral, I believe, was this week, if not the end of last week. All this stuff just happened like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago. Well, the dude proposed to her a month after they met or whatever. She said, yeah, she was gonna marry him. So she tell her mom, like, mom, I met, we gonna get married. So the mother on the news, she said that she asked her daughter, like, you sure you want to marry him? I don't know, baby. The mama wasn't with it or whatever. But at the end of the day, baby, if that's what make you happy, I'm here to support you, but I don't agree with it. They go to a bar 2 weeks ago. They go to a bar, him and her. Now, all of this is on the news up here. They show the footage of the bar that they went to. So people outside said, the witnesses at the bar said that they seen him and her arguing outside the bar. Next thing you know, they go to another bar. So they leave one bar, go to another bar. So whenever after they left this bar, do y'all not know, after they leave the second bar, this dude shot the girl in the neck 3 times, shot her in the head 2 times, and threw her on the side of the freeway like she was trash. Like she was trash. Just met the dude 3 months ago. Killed her, took her. I think she had a son. I think she had a 13-year-old son or a 14-year-old son. They did the GoFundMe. I did donate to their GoFundMe. I donated $20 to it. I donated to the GoFundMe and everything. I think I want to say her name was Donisha Williams. I want to say Donisha Williams, y'all, but I'm not sure. I want to say Donisha Williams. I got to look through my phone. I'm going to go to my phone and find out. But the thing is, y'all, that's why I'm saying, as women, we got to watch who we put in our presence and who we bring into our lives. She just met the dude 3 months ago. 3 months ago, and he took her out. Did he have mental illness, or we don't nobody know what happened in the bar? I'm quite sure her family and stuff know, but the police probably told him. They do got the boyfriend. He's locked up. That's who did it, her fiance. I don't know if it was a jealous rage or drunk, but we see these signs and we got to pay attention to these signs. They be right there in front of our face, but as women, we always want to save and help. I've been guilty of this. I have been guilty of this in my past. Like, oh, they're change. Now, I ain't never been in a domestic violence situation because I ain't having that. I'm catching a case. Like I told you, I'm real aggressive with my stuff. Ain't no dudes any dude mess with me, they know it ain't even going down like that. So this is what I need to tell y'all though. Be more alert and be more aware. We always think we could save somebody, we can help somebody. Oh, they gonna change. They gonna change. They could do better. Man, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get, and people wear masks. The devil is not gonna show up looking like a devil. They will hide behind the mask and hide behind that jewelry. They will hide behind them foreigns, and they will hide behind that money. And they will come out a bag on. They will come out they bag on you. You hear me? So y'all pay attention to them signs as women, men and women though. But now when people like, oh well, is it just you? No, ain't nothing wrong with me. I just been through a lot and seen a lot where now the mask is lifted up, the veil been lifted up off my face. I see things for what they is. People gonna tell, especially nowadays, they gonna come out they bad like, and they'll tell you like nowadays they'll tell you like, I knew a dude who has a girl, and I'm not gonna say their name, right? Because they cool people. But she knows that he has sex with other men, and she play with him with other toys, but in her eyes, she don't feel like he's gay, and he don't feel like he's gay. Now what nobody do is they own personal business, but all that playing in the dark and living a down low life, men and women, that's how AIDS is spread, and that's how a lot of people is getting killed playing that game. That's a deadly game. Give a person your truth. If they gonna accept it, they gonna accept it. If not, who cares? But I'm not about to sit up here and live a lie. Because when you live a lie, and you constantly got to keep up with them lies, that causes a lot of stress. You know how many people just constantly just lie all day, just lie. And you know they lying. You know they lying. But in their head, you can't tell them they ain't lying. I question people. When people tell me stuff, I ask them, like, when did that happen? Who was there when that happened? I ask questions. And people get mad when you ask questions. They feel like, oh, you putting me on blast. You put me on front. You just sat up here in front of a room full of people and said such and such and such and such. Then when we question you, something wrong with us for questioning you because you lying. Like, y'all got to keep your eyes woke and pay attention. But when I had that meeting with my spiritual advisor, man, she brought a lot of stuff to light to me in 2003. And then she said in 2003, whatever you went through and whatever money or whatever lack of success and whatever form you have is gonna come back. And then she asked me, like, this was another thing that was crazy. She was like, is you into, like, I keep seeing cameras and like video recorders, or are you an artist? Do you do music, or do you, because everything with us is mentally. I Like I said, my spiritual advisor, I just got on board with her about 3 months ago. But I have a life coach who've been guiding me and mentoring me for 5 years. She in New York, my life coach. I want everybody to hear this and hear this clearly. Find you somebody you can talk to who's doing better than you and beat the odds. If you know somebody who beat drugs and was addicted to stuff, or their life was out of whack and now they got all these degrees and their life is sober and they doing positive things, reach out to these people and get you a good support system of people that could keep using their mind. Pressure bust pipes. You cannot carry all that pain and all that hurt around for years and don't let it out. That's why they got the show called Snap. It will make you snap. So I want everybody tonight, if you listen to this or watching this, man, find you somebody you can trust your information with, who you could talk to and let everything out to, that can give you good advice and also help you. Even if they can't help you financially, they can still help you in other areas. But find y'all somebody to talk to out here. People is losing their minds at a rapid rate. A rapid rate. So now I'm going through my life. I'm seeing what's in front of me. I'm grabbing life by the horns, and now I live my life for my daughter. Everything I do in my life has to have purpose. I can't just be out here wasting time. We already wasting time. It's 2021. What would this world look like in 10 years? For real. This is a real conversation tonight. Find you something to do. Find you something that's going to occupy your time. And find a reason to live this thing called life. Because life is precious. Waking up in depression, waking up doing the same thing you've been doing all week that ain't making no progress. Man, we ain't getting older. One thing we can't get back is time. You cannot get time back. If I look at, man, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never let so much time slip through my fingers. I just would have never did it. Now I'm trying to make up for all the lost time. So now only thing I could do now is right my wrongs. I'm going to right my wrongs, live in my truth. I'm going to try to help people, reach out to people, and do good deeds. Because when my day come, whenever that day may be, when I got to go see that man upstairs, I want him to be totally satisfied with how my life came out and the change and the progress that I made. Because we ain't perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. And we constantly gonna sin. It ain't no way. I don't know nobody who is living a life that don't have sin. Even pastors and preachers and church folk. Because either if you're not sinning by giving your body up or, committing adultery or murder or something, it still forms a sin that we still gonna indulge in parts of our life. Even if you gossiping. If the Ten Commandments, all that stuff, like everybody is gonna live in some form of sin, but you can make change and you can make progress, and you gotta accept God in your life. Now, I'm not saying accept my God, the Lord Jesus Christ Savior, but whatever God you serving, you gotta believe in something, and you gotta wanna live, and you gotta wanna help people and be productive. That's just what life is about. Life was not made. Everybody has a purpose. Whatever your talent is, whatever your gift is, you gotta tap into it and embrace it and start embarking on that journey. Whether if it's writing, reading, doing music, charity work, if you cook or whatever, if you good with kids, whatever it is that you do and that you love, you got to start tapping into that, because that is the part that's going to get you money. That's what's going to open a lot of doors for you. That's what's going to open a lot of doors for you. So, like I always tell y'all, when I talk, I don't talk just to be talking. I be talking because I want to see my people do better. And we is gonna do better. But I'm a realist. I don't believe in manipulating people. I don't believe in that setting people up shit, manipulating, lying. But I just believe in it just being real. And that's why I always had a problem like fitting in. Like I rock with a lot of people, but I like to do a lot of solo stuff. I'm always dolo. You know what I'm saying? Like even in my business ventures, I'm an army by myself. People want to work with me and get close to me, and I do have people that I do rock with tough in all areas of this world. But I've always been a loner because I always been sneaky. Even in my past, I always been sneaky. I never liked nobody in my business because I always had trust issues. That's why I'm the way I am, because of my level of trust in people. Me personally, I don't think I could ever trust mankind. Not me, not person. I'd rather just put my trust in God. Man will let you down. Human beings will let you down. Not saying you can't have trust in them. You can have a certain amount of trust. I'm not saying that. And you do want to be able to trust people to a certain extent, though. I don't believe in telling everybody what I'm doing and how I'm doing it or putting in my business. I always move solo. I always have better results than that. When you try to link up with people, all them groups of people, and you telling them all your business, you don't want to do that, because what happens is when you fall out with people, first thing they do is bring up some stuff you done told them in secret. Oh, you weren't saying that when I let you borrow $100. You be like, where'd that come from? Like when people get mad and angry, they will most definitely tell you the truth on how they really been feeling about you, and then use the alcohol or the drugs to cover it up. Like, nah, I was high. You know what I'm saying? I'm drunk. I don't give people drunk passes. I don't believe in it. You not pulling that shit on me. Nah. A drunk speak a sober mind. Yes, they do. If they tell you something like, I always felt this way about you. I know a girl who get people drunk just to get information out of them. Hey, East Side, West Side. What's up, 420 East? Hey, Tori. Yeah, I do. I know people. They use that. Oh, I was drunk. I ain't mean it like that. It wasn't like that. Okay, I give you a pass. Say in the past or whatever, like when you first was younger or something. Like, all right, I give you a pass. But if you keep looking up and they keep having a pattern of the same grimy behavior, man, cut them people off. Don't cut them people off. Cause it ain't gonna mean you no good. They letting you pretty much know, like, I see what it is. And they say, oh, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Who made that up? I don't understand that. Like, people do be like, well, what they mean is, a person don't like you, but you still keep them around for certain reasons. I'm not keeping you around. Why would I want to keep my enemy closer? I have people that I do business with that don't like me, but they love my product. That's different. You gonna call me when you need me, but I'm not about to keep you close to me and none of that. But I provide a service. I have product. So that's business. I know you ain't gotta like me, but you like the service that I'm providing. You gonna constantly pay me for it. So I don't care how you feel about me. You put money in my pocket. I'm providing a great service. They may try to stop your bag, but if you do business the right way, can't nobody stop your bag. They can't. Like people can try to stop it, but they can't. Cause once you got God in your life and you doing good, and you know you're a good business woman or man, the blessings gonna come. Especially if you know how to monopolize and capitalize on other investment. So a person can't always just stop your bag. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just telling y'all about my little experience with my spiritual advisor. Y'all try to keep y'all some notebooks and pens up under y'all because she said also too, when you get up in the middle of the night, that's a sign too that God is trying to talk to you, the universe trying to commit to you. I don't know if y'all ever experienced like getting up at a certain amount of time, the same time every day. Or you could look at your clock and you like every time I look at the clock, it's a certain time. All that stuff be signs from God trying to communicate with you. So y'all gotta pay attention to that and get into journaling. Writing stuff down, write your goals down, your dreams, your vision boards. I have done like maybe 3 vision boards in my whole life. And I could tell y'all, everything I have ever wanted to do in life, I have done. I have done everything I have honestly wanted to do in my life. The people that was important to me in my life that I always wanted to meet, I met. Whether if I seen them or went in concert and saw them or opportunities and things I wanted to do in my life, I have done everything I have wanted to do that I have put on my vision board. Only thing I haven't been able to do that I want to do next, buy my mama a house. That's the mission I'm on now. Now I'm on the mission to buy my mama a house. Me and my baby cool. We gonna be cool. But I don't feel like I'm at where I'm at with everything I had. Lost it, got it back, had it, lost it again. God kept whipping me so many times. This last time, I'm like, God, I got it. I don't want no more spankings. I don't need no spanking. I would get up, I would lose it again. I'm like, how I get up and lost everything like that? He'd drop me back down again. Humble yourself. You ain't getting it. All right, boom, boom, boom. Hustle again. Get it out the mud. Boom, grind again. Boom, lose it again. Like, what the hell? What is going on? But see, this what it was. My relationship with God wasn't as close as it was. He kept putting me in positions and creating opportunities for me on a lot of different levels. But me not showing gratitude and being grateful and spending the money and giving back to my people, I lost it and got it back. So that third time, when you keep falling on your ass, keep falling up, man, you ain't about to keep getting whooped by God like that. He shook me all the way. I'm like, look, what I need to do next, God. What you want me to do? I'm done. Whatever you want me to do, I did it. So now everything I had, I didn't appreciate it back then. It was just coming too fast, too rapidly. You couldn't tell me nothing. Y'all think I'm something now. I came a long way, man. Like 5 years ago, I was way worse. My mouth, how I talk to people, like y'all can tell how I am now with my mouth. So just imagine 5 years ago how I used to talk. Man, I was so disrespectful, so arrogant. Like I didn't care. Like I did not care about what nobody thought, nothing. It was just like I was headed for destruction. I could have been dead or in jail. That's why I say now where I live my life at, I can't nobody or nothing get me to go back to that lifestyle. Can't nobody get me to pick up no drugs, my drinking. Man, I came too far. And now everything I have, I own and I built it brick by brick. It took me 5 years to get back to where I need to be. And I finally arrived. Now I'm so grateful. I have gratitude. I don't even surround myself around nobody that'll put me in position to lose it again. If your mindset ain't right and you not living by example or living in your truth, you can't be around me. I came too far. I don't want nothing to do with nothing illegal. Everything gotta be legit and legal messing with me now. Cause it take for you to lose everything and almost lose your mind. That's why I say believe in God, believe in something. When you start your day, start out praying and working out. And when you get in that jail cell and them doors closed, I've been in jail a couple times. When you get it behind them bars and that door, how many times I've been in jail? I think I've been in jail 3 times. Let me see. I did 10 days in the workout. I ain't did no major time, but I've been down to the county a couple times. And I did 10 days in a workout. But all of that was experiences on stuff that made me, since my last time I got out of jail, I said, man, I can't never come back here. And I have never been back. And that was about almost about 10 years ago, 19 years ago. Let me see. About 8, 9. About 10 years ago. I didn't care. Like, I was in and out of jail. I was just disrespectful. I would just tear up cars, go get another one. I would just throw money around like it wasn't nothing. Remember, you go in and out of jail and then you keep finding yourself starting over and starting over. How many times you think you gonna get a chance to start over? You ain't gonna keep getting chances to start over. So that third time when I got whooped by God and the world whooped me and God whooped me. I think that right there did something to me where I was like, man, I gotta get my life together. And ever since then, the last 5 years of my life, I've been on the mission to help people. But I think my activism work didn't get heavy until 2019. When I started doing them cancer, leukemia drives and participating in the marathons that help the kids that's sick and stuff like that. When I started getting into that kind of work in 2019, my whole brain shifted to, you got to tell people your journey. You got a story to tell. I know it's somebody out there. And if I can help one person, I'm good with that. My job is done. My job is done. But I feel like now the messages that's being downloaded in me, I got to share my stories and I got to share my journeys. Because if I could do it, I know y'all can too. I have got my credit up, my bank accounts up, my health is great. My health is A1. I'm a great mom, and I want more kids. I do. I want more kids. But when you look at life and see where you at now, y'all, tonight when y'all get off this live, think about a plan. Come up with a plan. Take care of your family. Take care of your people. Because my mother getting older now. You know what I'm saying? My mother got a pacemaker in her heart. I'm her power of attorney. I handle all my mama business to a point where eventually, any day, I'm going to have to come. It could be this month, next month, a year from now. But I know my time is coming where I have to take care of my mother full time. I could see it coming now with her health getting declining and everything with the COVID. I could see it happening. So now I have been on the mission like, I got to get us a house. We got to get a bigger house. I got to move my mama in. I'm already making plans. She could live 2 or 3 more years, but guess what? I'm not trying to waste all that time. I don't know when the time gonna be. So it's to a point where I'm like, you know what? I gotta bring my mom. I have to take care of my mom sooner or later. She got a pacemaker. It's all on me. So when things happen in your life and God speak to you in certain ways, take heed of that. When you having them dreams and you can't explain what they is, everything makes sense. Things just don't happen. Things just don't happen. If you keep going to the same store and seeing the same person every like in passing, or you doing something, you keep running into the same thing, those are not coincidences. Those are things that the God is trying to communicate with you, universe is trying to communicate with you on. People will come into your life out of nowhere and you wouldn't know where it came from. You question it, but also just stay alert and pay attention. Pay attention. Because the stuff my spiritual advisor has told me in this last month with stuff that's been going on with me and went so deep into my past. And in 2003, I did go left, all the way left. It's all making sense now within this last month. And it tripped me out because it's like, how can a stranger, people have gifts and talents, but how can a stranger just tell you something about yourself you don't know? Like when pastors and prophets, you go to church and they tell you certain things, people have gifts and they can see that stuff. So now with the information I have now that my spiritual advisor has given me, and then talking to my life coach, I see what's going on in my life now. And I no longer can fight it. I would rather know now than not know. And now the messages that I receive through prayer and through my dreams, I feel like God is just trying to tell me to tell people. Just tell people your truth. Tell people about me and tell people about how great I'm getting, because when I first started my channel, like I told you, I didn't know which way I was gonna go. One minute I'm covering cases, and then next minute I'm covering artists. Then I'm on mental illness. It's like, which way is my channel gonna go? What I'm gonna talk about? So now I am gonna deliver the news, but I still have to give y'all direct messages like what's going on in Chicago and things of that nature. It's bigger things and more eye-opening events in the world that I feel like I gotta talk to y'all about. I can't keep it in. I be wanting to just like sometimes I sit on stuff and I think about it, but when I keep having the same like visions and what else can I call this? When I be having these dreams, y'all, it's like it be scary sometimes, and then it just be like real life stuff. Like I gotta tell y'all what it is. Y'all gotta focus on y'all money, and y'all gotta love on y'all family. Love on yourself too. Number one, live for your kids, cause we is in the future. It's 2021. I believe at the most age, say for instance, your nieces or if you got kids that's young and teenagers, I don't believe Social Security is gonna be around and stuff like that. Like when they get of a certain age, like eventually I don't think banks is gonna be around for too much longer. For some reason, I just don't. It seemed like it's something that's going on with this world that is gonna be so weird to us and it's gonna be so foreign. We in 2021 already. And I ain't saying to scared nobody or nothing like that, but I really want y'all to pay attention to how y'all living y'all lives and how we letting time just go by. If you gonna go with a purpose. Live for your kids. Have somewhere your kids can look up and be like, my mom and daddy left a legacy. My mom and daddy left me some bread. My mom and daddy left me a couple houses. My mommy did this. My daddy did that. We gotta leave a legacy for our kids and the next generation to come. Cause we getting older, we not getting younger, and we all ain't one. It's only one step between you and death. We got to take life more serious. And me, I ain't wasting no time. I ain't wasting no time. I'm getting to it. Whatever I could do, whatever I could help to give back. I've been thinking about going downtown and feeding the homeless. I've been talking to my girls about it for like 3 days. They like, you keep talking about that too. I said, man, I've been thinking about this, man, for like 2 weeks. The weather is breaking. It's getting a little warmer. And they like, when you want to do it? I'm like, I think we going to go ahead and do it probably next month. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just grab a couple fold down tables, a couple chairs, go out there and feed the homeless. A lot of people got free stamps and stuff. You know, they getting these extra stamps and stuff, you know? So like I told my girl, we could just start out small. We could start out small because I was thinking like some lunch meat sandwiches. Y'all know the mixture bags of chips. They got the like 30 count bag of chips or something like that. Get the bags of chips like that and get the little UGG juices. My girl gonna tell me, this was my girl tell me yesterday. Man, you can't give them no UGG juices. You could at least give them some Capri Suns. I'm like, well, actually, I didn't even know how I was gonna do it. I'm just, she gonna try to rock me like, you can't give them no UGG juices. So I'm like, what? Some bottles of water? She like, what about some Capri Suns? I'm like, well, I don't really know. I'm just trying to think of other ways that I could just give my time and just help. I don't care if it's only like 5 people show up. If you keep being consistent, and then I gotta find out where I'm gonna do it because downtown with the parking and all that. But I was thinking going down there by like the bus stations because I don't know in every city you got bus stations. It'd be a lot of like homeless people around the bus stations and stuff. So I was thinking somewhere in that area. Just start setting up tables down there if the police come run me off. It's like, look, how can y'all run me off? I'm just giving out stuff. I'm not selling nothing. We just giving out stuff. But sometimes they'll try to stop that. The devil work. So we gonna see how it go, y'all. And y'all know I'm gonna take the camera with me. I don't think I'm gonna even put no signs up. That part, I don't know. Like I said, I just been thinking about it lately, though. Like just giving back to the homeless or doing something like that. My girl says she down. We gonna see. People be like, I'm down. I'm down. I do it. And then when it's time to come, they ain't nowhere to be found. And she probably watching this too. She probably watching it. But I'm just saying, we gonna see. Tori, what you say? Right. So for real, it's like, man, we just gotta find stuff just to do it our time. And that's the only thing I could think of that really I don't want to go out there with a lot of food because I don't know how to turn up. You know the turnout gonna be. So I'm thinking probably like let's start out probably like $150. What y'all think? Y'all think 150 sound cool? Like 150. We gonna put the sandwiches together. Cause think about it, if you buy the sandwiches already put together, that's really gonna be more money when actually we could just go buy. We could go buy some. There go my comment section. I was wondering why I couldn't see y'all. I had to look on my phone to see that. So this is what I'm thinking. If you just go buy a whole bunch of loaves of bread, a whole bunch of loaves of bread, the lunch meat, have a couple people put it together. Have a couple y'all sit around the table, put the sandwiches together, put them in a plastic bag, and then you got the variety bag of chips. Like they can't be picky, cause the COVID out here, so you don't want everybody just putting their hand in the bag. So you just put the chips out or whatever, and just pass the chips out. Cause one thing for sure, they not gonna be picky. People won't. They want to eat. So I'm not really big on that whole like. I don't think they're gonna be picky. I don't. So couple cases of water, couple Capri Suns. We probably get probably like I would say probably like four packs of water, like the 30 pack, 40 packs of water. I think they come in 24, 30 packs. I don't know how exact count. Depending on where you go. Because I'm going to go to Sam's Club. Go to Sam's Clubs or Gordon, something like that. So me and her, she like, I help you with the sandwiches when you do it. I go with you. So I'm like, all right, we gonna see. I'm like, you got a fold up table? She like, no, but you can get one from the dollar store. I'm like, okay, so that's what we gonna do. So I just want y'all to just come up with things to be creative. Tap into your craft. If you can help somebody, help somebody. Life is really short, y'all. I just want to vent to y'all about my spiritual advisor, and it was just crazy. Like I'm still tripping off of all that stuff. And then when she told me like you could be involved in a police chase, because first I'm thinking like the police gonna be chasing me. She like, no, you could be involved like you could probably be involved in a car accident like the police. She said the police could be chasing somebody and your car could be in the way and you could get hit from the back or something with an accident or whatever. So just watch that part. And then it was crazy because 3 days later, I almost got in 3 different days. Two times in 3 different days, I almost got hit. One time I almost got hit, pulling past the stop sign. Another sign is like another time happened is when a car ride, y'all know when the lights turn yellow and they turn red, but they try to hurry up and beat the yellow light. That happened. But since she told me that and I was alert, I sat there and I just waited. I seen the car coming. But what if I was on my phone or something and wasn't paying attention, would have went out there when the light turned green? That's why I never really goes out when the light turned green. I always wait for a minute. Because you always got people that's trying to beat them yellow lights. And that's how a lot of car accidents happen too. They trying to beat that yellow light for it turn red. Then it turn red and they already flying at a high speed. And then boom, they run the light. A lot of accidents has happened like that. And then when she told me like, I see cameras. Like, do you do? She like, what do you do? Are you an artist or something like that? Because do you take photos? I keep seeing. She's. I keep seeing cameras around you, cameras and camcorders. It's something with cameras. I don't know what. Or do you blog? Are you a YouTuber or something like that? And in no way she could have knew all of this. Like, bro, this lady do not know all of this about me. From 2003, from the car accident stuff, to the cameras being around me. So when she asked me, and then she told me, like, when I told y'all, she said, like, the communication with the phone. She's like, have you been having problems with communication, like your phones and your laptops and stuff? I'm like, that's crazy because, like, a month ago, I was having issues. And then that same day, my phone shattered. Man, it ain't no way that lady could have just knew all that. It just ain't no way. So when I told her about the cameras, I'm like, yeah, I'm an artist. I said I done music and stuff. And I said I have been recently doing YouTube, not too long ago. She told me this, whatever you do with cameras, Whatever you do, keep doing that because that's what's gonna make you all your money. Whatever happened in 2003. So I'm like, what is she saying? Do music again? Like, why everybody keep, man, it's like the third person who asked me to do music or pointed me in a direction to do music again. And that I love music, true. That's always my first love, but I just don't really have the time to go back into the studio, go back down that road with my music and stuff. Like it would have to be a hell of an opportunity to come for me to get into music. I totally don't want to invest in that no more. I don't. If somebody come my way, like we got your studio time, we got your promotion, we paying for everything, I'll most definitely get back in. I'll get back on board. But far as me putting any money into it, I'm not paying for no beats. I'm not paying for no studio time. None of that. If I could do it, I'd be Baby Jacquees and me in my life. But when she told me that, so I'm like, what is this? Is it YouTube? You want me to keep spitting my truth or what? I unmonetized my channel off of YouTube. I unmonetized my channel because I'm a free thinker and I don't like how YouTube rules. You can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that. Then I was doing commercials, then they was paying me for that. I unmonetized my own channel because I feel like they put a cap on what you can say and what you can do. And I just can't operate like that. My mouth, I'm too much of a free thinker. The way I speak, I never knows what's gonna come out of my mouth. Everything is very unpredictable with me. I say what comes to my mind, and I do think before I speak. But when it comes to me and it comes out the way it comes out, that's how it was meant to come out. And YouTube just got too many policies for me, so I was just like, man, I unmonetized my own channel. So I feel good when I did that though. So when I did that, I just kind of like I just started like pulling back and just trying to receive what God has been showing me. But I'm also doing a lot of work behind the scenes for my channel, trying to reach out to a lot of different people, trying to get them to come on. We doing a lot of emails. Me and Reneko Stroud, I talk to her every day, Miss Reneko. Y'all got to see her. Y'all have to meet Miss Reneko Stroud. I'm gonna give y'all a pre-briefing real quick on Miss Reneko Stroud. She's an African American woman. She went to prison for murder. She was on drugs and alcohol. She's an author. I got her book. She talks to kids all around the world, especially the city of Cleveland is her main stomping ground. She's in the city of Cleveland. She talked to kids in public schools about life-changing decisions and just bettering themselves. She was on crack. She was on heavy drugs. She was on alcohol. She sold crack. She was in an abusive relationship, and she killed her husband for killing her son. She went to jail, beat a murder case. They gave her manslaughter because of the situation. She did 10 and a half years in a women's state penitentiary, 23-hour lockdown. She came out, changed her life around. I think she been out of prison now for like 8, 9 years. I got her book on my table. So y'all want y'all to stay tuned. We were supposed to did it today, and then I wasn't ready. We've been talking on the phone for the last few days. She like, when you want to do it? So we thinking tomorrow. I was gonna do it yesterday, and then we was gonna do it today. But then with me being busy, her schedule, but it's coming. But I can't wait for y'all to I can't wait to get this sister on the platform because this is a story. Y'all know I only like to bring y'all real stories, real truth. People who beat the odds. People who did not give up or let their circumstances tie them down. They rose. They got up and they rose again. So she's a very powerful woman that I want to introduce y'all to. And she is coming. This is her book. It's in Walmart. This is Miss Reneko Stroud. The book is called Or So I Thought. Y'all see her? This is the book. Miss Reneko Stroud. She beat the odds. She killed her husband for killing her son. So with that being said, I'm gonna bring her to the channel. Very strong sister, powerful sister. She does great. She does activism work like myself. We ran into each other. And told each other stories and journeys. And ever since then, we stay in contact. And I told her about what I'm doing and asked her would she mind coming on the platform to share her story. She said absolutely. So we gonna get her on, and I'm gonna let y'all hear her raw truth. I asked her, like, y'all know me, I like to ask a lot of good questions. Like, is it anything off guard? Is it anything I can't say? And stuff like that, because I like to ask a lot of questions for the people, because people be wanting to know, like, how did you do it? How did you get off of crack cocaine? How did you get out of the abusive relationship? How did you beat all that? How she went back and forth in and out of prisons or whatever. Going on that road of addiction, man, that'll lead you down a path that is hard for you to come out of. So I can't wait for y'all to meet her. And I got some other little secret stuff in the back that I'm working on that I'm gonna bring to the channel, y'all. But just be patient with me. I ain't going nowhere. So sometimes when I talk, I just like to talk and vent. I don't want to always show my face all the time. It's gonna get to a point where I just be pulling up videos and then my voice just be in the back. Cause sometimes I just don't be just want to show my face all the time. But I love to talk. I was gonna do the stocks. I was gonna show y'all the stocks with Robinhood. I was gonna do that, but then it just don't seem like people is interested in that. I think our people think day trading is more difficult than what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get enough action. I didn't get enough action on it from the people, from my subscribers to let me know that's something they really want to do. And to teach stocks and shares and day trade, it is not difficult, but it's a task to keep doing if people don't show no interest in it. I can't keep dropping gems and giving up good secrets for nobody to pay attention to, and then it's just sitting on the channel and with 30 views and 20 views for 4, 5, 6 weeks because nobody. And I'm not about to waste my time and energy. I'm not. So if y'all have any questions, like say for instance, anybody want to know some or got some questions, I don't got no problem helping you. Email me, Lee, Leer as in rain, M as in Mary, 26 at gmail.com. I can help y'all with that. Most of the things I can help y'all with. And if I don't have all the answers, I could send you to where to get the rest of the answers at. I could just give y'all inquiries or point you in the right direction. Like, hey, I don't know all that, but you could go here for that. Or I could find the link and email it back to you. I'm always here to help. I'm always here to help. I don't toot my horn, but I have beat a lot of odds and I have experience in a lot of different things that some people may think like, oh, it's bragging. It's not bragging. If you have a talent and you have a skill that you want to share, let people know what you do because that could generate you income. The more skills and the more gifts you have will bring more money to your pockets. I don't see how everybody want to keep everything secretive. It's so much money out here. Why you wouldn't want people to benefit from? Cause we live in a world where everybody just like they want it for themselves. I don't understand that, man. It's too much money out here to be selfish. If you know something that can help somebody else, and you got people in your family that's struggling, and you sitting on money and stuff, why wouldn't you want to help your people? I have a giving heart. I have a giving heart. I don't feel like giving a person a plug on certain things. Because if you got multiple plugs on something, you ain't got to give them your main source, but you can always point them in the right direction on what to do. 9 times out of 10, now I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10, but a lot of the times people don't want to put in the work to get the results. Everybody just want the results. And I hate to tell y'all, anything that's going to be successful is going to require hard work. It's going to require hard work. It's going to require dedication. It's going to require consistency. But all that hard work will pay off. Even with sobriety and alcoholism, do y'all not know how hard I struggled with alcoholism? I almost got to a point where I was having shakes if I didn't have a drink. That's how bad it had got for me once upon a time. Once I pulled back and just started dealing with the sickness of not having a drink or the sickness of not smoking no weed, that withdrawal, like just give it a couple days or a week. Only thing I would say, you could really kick on your own is if you only thing I really think the drug that's out here that you really need help with medically for real with professionals is heroin. Heroin is a drug. Now I've never been on heroin, but I know a lot of heroin addicts, and I know a lot of young women and men that's on heroin right now. That's in their 20s and 30s, and it's sad. But even crack. I know some beautiful girls who life has gotten destroyed. They on crack. They 26 and 27. This in the city of Cleveland. These young girls, they on these pills, man. These people is strung out, man. And then I'm an 80s baby, so I was in an era when we seen what crack can do to our people and our loved ones. If you was in that 80s period in life, or you was born in the 80s, or you was around in that time frame and seen what crack done to your people, man, you couldn't pay me. That's a hell of a thing there. So I'm constantly trying to tell these young girls, like, hey, baby, get your baby, go to school. And they pretty girls, but you could tell the addiction. The eyes, the dark eyes, alcoholics, the people who drink alcohol, like they got that film on their face. You can see like that dark film on them. And then their eyes and stuff, their eyes start turning yellow. I tell these young girls, baby, get into fashion or something. You beautiful. Go back to school. I don't want to go to school. Go to online school. Teach yourself something. I'm always trying to get them to get themselves up. And they love me too. I got a lot of love everywhere I go. Everywhere I go, I got love. Because they know I'm good and the energy I give off is good. And I'm always uplifting people. That's just what I do. We already get tore down enough in society. We already getting beat up in society. So why when you come across people, you gotta tear them down and just look at them talking about everybody. I told somebody today, right? Somebody called my phone 4 times. I ignore every call. I finally pick up on the fifth time. Soon as I pick up, they tell me like, "Oh, this is what I meant to tell you. You ain't know such and such." I said, "Who?" Old girl. So I said, "Man, listen. You called me for this because y'all know I'm blunt. I am a very blunt person. I'm not disrespectful, but I get to it. So I tell them, you called me 4 times to tell me about somebody else. Like, nah, it wasn't like that. I was just saying. I said, man, you know I don't like that negative. You know I don't do that gossip and negativity and stuff. You know I don't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna let you go then. I know it was, I just thought that you just wanted to know, because why would I want to know about what somebody else is doing? If it's not about you and it's positivity, man, don't call me talking about what somebody else is doing. I never got that. Like how people sit on the phone and just gossip for hours. Man, my time count. You gotta pay my time. You gotta pay me for my time. That's where I'm at in life now. I don't chase money. Money come to me. I always tell y'all that. Get out the bag of just chasing the bag, chasing the bag. Change your thinking process. Let good things come to you. If you a positive person and you giving back, you got God in your life, you do not have to chase no money or no material. God is going to put it at your footstools when you living the right life and you doing the right things. You not about you on my phone talking to me. We got to be talking about some money or a business move, or if it got to be a life or death situation. Hey, such and such in hospital, get to the hospital, something like that. If it's gossiping or talking about other people's business, don't call my phone. I will put you on block list. I don't entertain that negativity. I don't. That is not going to get you nowhere. And I believe in energy transference. When people is having bad days and you get on that phone and they throw you off through conversation, it messes up your energy. Now you done got into it with the person. You mad. Now you done went out the house, got into a car accident, or flipping out on everybody in your path because one person made you mad over a phone call. That's why I'm big on energy. My house has a lot of prayer in there, a lot of motivational quotes. I go off of energy. I don't let anybody into my house. The people that do come into my house are good, positive people. I'm real big on energy transference. That's why I say watch the people you have in your circle. If you hanging around killers, you hang around killers, eventually you gonna be a killer. If you hang around prostitutes, eventually you gonna be a prostitute. If you hang with all them girls that just want to go out and kick it all the time, What is y'all doing? Is y'all tricking or setting dudes up? Like, what is, if you hang around people that don't do nothing but drink all day, you don't think you gonna be a drinker and have an alcohol problem? You hang around people that just smoke weed all day. These people don't handle no business. They don't clean up their house. They feather do flock together. Yes, they do. Quit giving people passes. Oh, that's my people. They cool. They don't do nothing. But every time you look up, you with dude, and he known for setting people up and getting drunk all day. But that's your dude. Why would you want to hang around that all day? You are what you attract. The people you hang around, look at yourself, to look at your circle around you and see if you got a good circle or a bad circle, because you are who you hang with. I had to learn that years ago. A very, very wise woman told me that. You are who you hang with. When I looked up and realized everybody I hung around was drug addicts or killers or drunks. That's who I was hanging around. I thought that was cool. I'm like, they cool. That's, we kicking it. We about to get up. We going to get bottles. And then a person, when she told me that years ago, I'm like, you hang around. You gotta watch who you hang around. Look at you are who you hang around. And I started looking around everybody around me. I'm like, this shit don't even make no sense. I have too much talent and potential to be hanging around these people. I blew a lot of life changing opportunities because I wanted to get drunk. Just being real, because y'all know I'm going to give y'all the truth. I don't sugarcoat or hide nothing about myself. That's why when people try to think they exposing me or got information, man, can nobody tell y'all nothing I don't tell y'all. I live in my truth. I always have. I never worried about what nobody said about me. Actually, it was the fuel that kept me going, because I knew they always wanted me to fail. But regardless of whatever happened, God never failed. I never failed. Even when I was down, I was up. You see, if y'all get that, if y'all know what I'm saying, even when you down, you always up. When you look at people's lives and their circumstances compared to yours, and they think you at your low, don't never think that, because you always up when you down. You probably just hit a little rough patch or went through something, but you always knew, I could do this. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna do this. Damn. You would get hit with a low blow or something. You like, okay, okay, I'm gonna chalk that one. Now I got to come up with a plan to make things happen in a better way. Because what I just didn't work. I thought it worked. That wasn't it. So what you do, you got to go back and sit at the round table and come up with a better plan. So you won't go through them situations you just came out of. That's called elevation. That's elevating your thinking. When you elevate your thinking, you're going to elevate your finances. And that's just how that works. You cannot be out here letting addiction take over your life and think you're going to have balance with your finances. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Only way it's gonna work is if you already sitting on M's or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you just used to drink. You got to borrow. You could live and make mistakes when you in a different tax bracket like that. But even when you get to that tax bracket, you still cannot continue to do heavy drugs or alcohol, and think you ain't gonna suffer financially in some way, shape, or form. Because what's gonna happen? You're gonna be forgetting to pay old taxes. You're gonna be forgetting to pay on your house notes. You're gonna be forgetting to do this and do that. Your hosting for your websites, that's gonna back up. Eventually, you're gonna start taking L's in little bits that you ain't gonna pay attention to. It's gonna start hitting you in little increments. And next thing you know, when you realize it, boom, you got all this money you owe. Look how many artists and celebrities got knocked off with that tax money. They ain't paid all them taxes and lost everything. It'd be real. Because when you living good and it's coming in, you thinking like, oh, it's getting taken care of. My account ain't handling that. Don't let nobody control your money. Always keep your eye on your bread. I don't care what nobody say. Always keep your eye on your own money. I don't care if you do got a people around you, everybody invested. All of that is great. But never take your eye off your own books. Never do that. I don't care how much money I got. I don't think I ever lose focus on what I got coming in. I'm going to pay attention to everything that's going out. That's why you have to have different bank accounts. Why do you think you have, when you first start a bank account, they say checking and savings? You start out with checking account and savings account. It's always good to have more than one source to keep your money in. Pay attention to this stuff. I'm just giving y'all the truth and the stuff I've been through and the stuff I believe in. My journeys, my experiences, and other people's journeys. Because I sit on the phone a lot. People come to me for advice and tell me their situations, like what you think I should do, what you think. I hold so many people's secrets that I will never let out because they know they could trust me with their truth. They know coming to me, I'm going to give them good advice and their secret is safe. I always believe in that. I don't care how mad I get at a person, we could fall out. I do not believe in exposing people's dirty laundry. I just believe in karma. Whether we fall out or not, karma gonna get them, but I still wish them the best. If they did me wrong or not, I will never wish death on the enemy and I will never expose no dirty laundry. I don't care how we fell out. I would not expose nobody's secrets. Cause that's the kind of stuff I feel like when you doing it intentionally, your karma, your days and stuff gonna be numbered. Your karma gonna come in a different way. Don't treat people how they treat you. Don't treat people how they treat you. Regardless of how a person may try to down you or disrespect you or talk about them, success is always the best revenge, and I believed in that. I just cut you off and keep on going. I wish you the best. Because if you deal with them and you know them, you know what road they going down anyway. So me exposing your secrets, that's not going to help me or how that's going to help me or I'm going to benefit from that by just making you look bad. That don't hold no weight. That's weak. That's what weak-minded people do. Because words don't hurt you. You get older, you build yourself up. You be like, man, look, I don't care what nobody talking about, man. I'm doing other things. Like, I have a friend of mine, one of my best friends, right? I love her to death. But me and her gets into it because, I don't know, she might be watching this too. So she know I'm talking about her. She watching it. I'm quite sure she watching it. But me and her, we get into it because she always want to bring up when we was drunks and addicts. Like, why? Like, I told her that, bro, listen, why do you want to keep bringing up? Why you want to keep bringing stuff up from when we was 18 and 19 years old? Like, that was trauma. Them was some of the most difficult times in my life. Why do you want to always get together and bring that up? Is it like when you see me, do I just remind you of your past or something? She was like, no, I mean, we used to have fun and stuff. Bro, we weren't living. We was lost. You thought that was fun? Cause our mindset is in two different places. I love her to death. But them is childhood memories and things that she feels like was some of the moments and times when we was closer. But to me, for me, because we talk about this all the time. We over it and stuff. Like we gonna talk about it probably when I get off of here. She gonna call me. But this the thing. That was trauma for me. That was like a cancerous stage in my life. Where I'm at now, why would you want to mentally keep taking me back there? I don't want to go back there. I don't think it was nothing cool about what we was doing. If you look at it, that shit was so backwards what we was doing. Like, they're like, nah, you remember? Or she'll bring up something that I was embarrassed about or something. So I asked her, like, did you be doing that to hurt my feelings or something? Because I just find it strange that you be bringing that up all the time when you know we gonna get into it about it. She like, nah, I'm just saying, we used to have so much fun. Like, remember you remember how you used to, man, I'm not trying to remember that. I'm not trying to forget about that until you brought it back up. So it just be little and her deep, and I'm gonna be real. My best friend, she has a very photographic memory, man. Like, she remembers stuff I don't even remember, and some stuff I love going to her for because of that. I'm like, hey, do you remember such and such? Like, what did I do back then? What color was that? Or how did I? She be like, I remember it was red and black. You had the red and black George. I had the black and white ones. Remember, she got a real photographic memory. That's what I do love about her. But some of the stuff, man, people got to quit bringing up that past trauma in your life. I'm not trying to remember that stuff. So y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. I just wanted to talk my live. Y'all know how I do. I get on my live and I just get to talking. The little late night chats and stuff. Cause there be a lot going on. Good night, Joy. Thank y'all for coming to the live. Hopefully it was positive and uplifted to y'all, because y'all know how I be. Y'all know how I get with my stuff. When I go deep, I go deep. Especially when we having all these conversations just about life in general in the COVID. Because I'm seeing a lot of my people just going down the wrong road. Like, when you look at them and stuff and the decisions they make, they're not all, I'm not saying like people personal to me. I'm just saying the direction the world is going. Like, with this mental illness. And when they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste, the mind is most definitely a terrible thing to waste. I watch a lot of mental illness documentaries on how to change. I watch a lot of motivate, like Les Brown. If y'all have a chance, I go to my community sometime in YouTube. I watch a motivational speaker named Les Brown. Les Brown, Brown. A friend of mine introduced me to Les Brown at the beginning of the pandemic, at the beginning of 2020, actually, about January or February of last year. A friend of mine told me about Les Brown. Now, I shared some of his stuff on my YouTube community. So if anytime y'all get a chance or before y'all go to sleep, check out Les Brown. This is one of the most, I would say, my number one motivational speaker. Do y'all not know, ever since I got introduced to Les Brown, I listen to him every morning for over a year. And this man has taught me how to transition my train of thought, how to believe in myself. Because I always believed in myself, but sometimes we could beat ourselves up with life and the pressures of life. Sometimes you need to feed your spirit with motivational tools. Get on YouTube, find you some motivational speakers. Get on YouTube, find out about mental illness. Do things that and find people that can help you grow your thinking process and who can also give you some hope. Because that's what I believe in: hope, courage, and having faith. Forget your circumstances. Have some hope, some faith, and some courage. And I guarantee you, you will beat and come out of any circumstances that you're in if you have hope and you have faith and you have the courage to want to change. You got to have the courage to want to do better. So when y'all hear me and come on my channel, I can be with the shits, y'all know that. But I'm going through a transition. And it's my job to let y'all see me go through my transition so I can help y'all go through yours. We got to go through this thing together because I can't do it by myself. Thankfully, y'all, I love the pipeline. I love that y'all come and listen to me. I love that y'all check my videos out. I love that y'all give me that support with God, my baby, and my pipeline. Them my number three priorities. Because I have to give y'all my truth, and the support y'all give me keeps me pushing, keeps me motivated. Every day I get stuff in my email from my subscribers. Hey, Queen, keep up the good work. Thank you, Queen. Because of you, I started my own YouTube channel. Thank you, Quinn. You gave me the motivate. Y'all know how much that means to me. So that make me feel good. Like, okay, I'm getting at least somebody attention. At least somebody is getting the strength to be like, okay, this sister right here, she kind of different. She kind of coming with some other stuff, and y'all know I'm still learning. I'm still going through my battles, but I want y'all to go through them with me so I could give y'all hope and we could do it together. Because I'm quite sure everybody on here want to do better mentally, physically, and financially, as well as emotionally. We already getting beat down emotionally through family and friends. The world, you look up, everything is depressing. Everything is about COVID or somebody getting killed. Or who want to keep looking at that every day? So if y'all could come here, y'all know I'm going to give y'all some hope. We going to laugh. We going to talk about all kind of money stuff, whatever y'all want to talk about. That's why when I started, I was like, do y'all think of that's why I said, do y'all believe in psychics and stuff? Because I'm still tripping off of all that stuff that my spiritual advisor told me, man. She to a point now and she ain't up the price on me yet, but she like, in 3 months, the price gonna go up. So now I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep her around. I'm gonna keep her around because I do like her and a lot of stuff. Like I said, I've been rocking with her for 3 months, going on 3 months, and I only talk to her twice a month. Twice a month is how we got it set up. But the stuff she been revealing to me, the stuff in my past that she didn't know about, man, the stuff with the whole me being an artist and stuff, being around the cameras, how she knew my devices was I was having problems with that. Man, it was stuff that I was like, man, this lady the truth right here. Like, she the truth. And she not with all that. She not with no witchcraft and voodoo or nothing like that. She's very spiritual. She's Honduras. That's what she is. She's Honduran. So when I look at her, first I'm kind of like, I was on edge at first. When we first started our sessions, I'm real guarded with new stuff, but my life coach, he kind of pointed me in that direction. My life coach, like, what that say? True, you been connecting with the energy too? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been connected with it because first, when I first started going to her, it took me actually the third session for me to really get comfortable with her. Because I be thinking a lot of that stuff be scams, like they be lying and stuff, So I'm like, man, I'm about to let her question me. I'm not about to give her no information because I want to see if she the real deal. You know what I'm saying? That's how I went into it. So I'm kind of guard. But my life coach from New York turned me on to her. She was like, I want you to talk to a lady that I talk to that is really good. And my life coach, she helped me with business ideas and contacts and stuff. She real solid. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna check her out. She like, cause you different, you different. You great. You a great person. You a good person. She was like, I'm gonna turn you on to this lady. I want you to call her and I want you to start setting sessions up with her and stuff. So I'm like, man, I don't know about that. But one day I was just sitting at home and I finally called the lady and got in touch with her. So she was like, okay, well, I'm going to need you to do this. I'm going to need you to do that. And then call me back. So I said, okay. Only thing she needed was my name and my date of birth. That was it. She said, just give me your name and your date of birth and give me a couple days and I'm going to come back to you and talk to you about some stuff. I said, okay. See, I got to get it together and everything and I'm going to go over there. She asked me, like, do you know what time you was born? I'm like, I don't know what time. Like, who knows what time they was born? Do anybody know what time they was born? Like, I'm like, I don't know what time I was born. So I told her, I said, let me look on my birth certificate. And then I'm going to let you know. If y'all know y'all birth certificate, y'all time. The time y'all was born is on y'all birth certificate. I don't know if every state is different, but mine's did. So I gave her, I found my birth certificate, and I had called my mother about it. Because y'all know my mother in the church, real, real strong or whatever. My mother was like, well, I don't think you should do it, but my mom like, I don't see why not though. Just ain't nothing wrong with trying something new. So I'm like, Mom, we gotta pray about this. I don't really know. Da, da, da. So me and my mother prayed, and my mother was like, well, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. So if she into voodoo and all that, we gonna send it right back to the sender. So we ain't about to do none of that. So I'm like, okay, bet. I got Mom Dukes on board because my mother a very powerful woman. I didn't see my mother do some stuff. My mother has traveled the world. My mother has did like she haven't done like exorcism work, but I have seen her bring stuff out of people, man, that y'all would never believe. Like it's a group crowd. That's where I get my gifts from, honestly. So when I talked to my mom about it, she was like, well, we gonna send it back to the sender if she is on something else. But go ahead, try it, check it out. Let me know. So the lady get back with me, my spiritual advisor. I'm not gonna release her name. She get back with me. And when I tell y'all the first session, I was awed. I mean, the first session, I was awed. The stuff that lady told me, it wasn't no way she didn't know. It wasn't no way she could have knew this information. And she hit me with the years. That's what was crazy. She started when I was 4. She told me about when I was 4 years old. She was like, do that sound familiar? Or did you go through something with like your dad, or was it your stepdad who raised you, or your real father? Some I'm seeing with a father figure, like when you was like 4 or 5. I'm like, well, my mother was married to another man who was like my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like it was stuff she was telling me that man that was tripping me out. So I kept my sessions going with her, and ever since then, I'm glad that I kept the sessions going with her, and I'm not gonna let her go because she's also helping me on my success path, how to avoid certain obstacles in life, different investments to make that didn't work for me in the past. She said, I see in the past you made a lot of You made a lot of investments that really didn't work out too good. I said, I sure did. I sure did. She said, but don't worry about that because that's all going to come tenfold. Whatever you did back then up until now, you being rewarded of some sort. And then when she told me about my devices, the stuff with the car accident was going to happen, man, I was tripped out. So now I'm like, man, I got to tell everybody about this because this is crazy. I ain't never experienced nothing like this before. So I do believe in people having gifts. I do believe people having certain talents where they could see certain things. Or have y'all ever had somebody just walk up to y'all and be like, just told you something that you be like, how the hell, where did that come from? Like, oh, you gonna meet somebody. I done had people come up to me in my life many a times that I thought they was crazy. Like, what is you talking about? Like, you gonna meet somebody, especially in church. If you grew up in church, them pastors and stuff, they give you all kind of prophecies and stuff. Like, you gonna beat cancer. Somebody in your family got cancer, but they gonna beat it and stuff. People got gifts like that where God talk to them and send them your way. For real, for real. Yep, they do. Somebody said, yep. So y'all just keep your eyes open for that. And what else I want to talk to y'all about that was crazy. I'm not gonna bring up nothing about Mo3, rest in peace, Mo3. I'm not even gonna bring none of that up. What else been going on in the world? Shock G, his funeral. I seen some of his funeral live or whatever. And that's crazy because do y'all know how Shock G died? Did they ever release that? Because the only thing I know, it pretty much he died like Pimp C. They found him in a hotel room, unresponsive. So did they ever say if Shock G overdosed or did he have a heart attack? Did he have COVID? Like what happened to Shock G? If somebody know, put it in the comments if y'all heard something. Cause I didn't even have time to check up on it, but I did watch his home going a little bit on TV before it started. I caught like 5 minutes of it or whatever. And then we was having a conversation, me and my people the other day about Shock G, honestly. And they was like, oh, Shock G, da da da, Digital Underground. Here's my thing. Who is Digital Underground? Out of all these years, when you hear Shock G, you just think of Tupac. Who was the other members of Digital Underground? Like, who is they? Yes, get a spiritual advisor. I would recommend a spiritual advisor, y'all. Like I said, I just got one almost 3 months ago. And I wish I would have did this earlier. Because I totally didn't believe in that stuff. Like I didn't believe in like that stuff. I thought all that stuff was just about money. They be lying and stuff like that. But I tell y'all what, that lady Queen Domain, whatever she is, she got some stuff going on with her too. Like I wouldn't go to her. Like I'm not trying to speak bad on the queen or nothing like that. I don't really know what she is. Some people say she a witch. Some people say she ain't. But I like Queen Domain. I think for a black woman and stuff, she deal with a lot of celebrities and stuff. A lot of people actually go to her. She make good money doing what she do. But she is another spiritual advisor that a lot of people don't believe in. But a lot of stuff I could say that she talk about that I didn't get hip to Queen Domain until all the more three stuff that was going on. But a lot of the stuff she be coming with and talking about other people and when she channel other people energy and stuff, she be on point though. A lot of the time she be on point. I never was big on psychics and stuff like that. I think it just depend on like what they into. Like you got the ones who do voodoo, you got the ones that do curses, you got the ones that's like prophet, like prophecy. They use it for God and religion. Like my spiritual advisor, she's very religious. She don't do the voodoo and do the reverse curses and all that. She don't do all that. She go off of energy. She's very spiritual and she goes strictly off of energy. She don't dabble. Because I asked her that. I was like, did you do black magic and stuff? She was like, oh no. When the look on her face when I asked her that, because we do ours virtual. The look that I seen on her face was kind of like I offended her. But I'm still trying to get to know you. How you know my whole life but don't want to tell me nothing about you? That's just how I was in the beginning. So at first we was kind of like, we wasn't bumping heads, but I think she thought that I didn't believe her or something. And I just had to explain to her, baby, I don't really, I don't really do this kind of stuff, but I do. I came to you for change in their lives. That's really what people come to me for. They want to know if they will have a great love life, or will their business grow, or they ready for like a good change. She said, that's what I do. People come to me for that, for a life changing experience. I said, yeah, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. She knew about my past. She was just asking me questions. She knew certain characters' name, like my dad name. She knew what his name start with. She knew about my great grandfather. Let me tell y'all something right about this. This is crazy, right? In this last session, like I told y'all, this lady is the truth, man. I love her already. Like, I said I'm gonna pay her again, because her payment go off of every 3 months. You could pay her for the yearly, you could pay her for 6 months at a time, or you could pay her every 3 months. I'm gonna pay her for another 3 months, because I just gotta see if she stayed consistent with her information. But let me tell y'all something. My father told me last year, and I never knew nothing about this, and my dad got mad at me for me not knowing. Like, how I supposed to know? You ain't tell me this. So listen, last year on my birthday, I spent my birthday with my father last year. Shout out to the Geminis. Gemini season coming up. Gang gang. My birthday coming up. Shout out to the Geminis. So I spent my birthday with my father last year for my birthday. So he telling me like, I said, Dad, why you don't I asked my father, I'm like, Dad, why you don't never talk about your father? Like my great granddad. I said, Dad, I don't know nothing about your father. And I feel like that's crazy. Like we don't know nothing about your father. My father told me, y'all, this is last year, right? As a grown woman, I felt so bad that I did not know too much about my father's father, right? My daddy told me last year, I'm gonna tell you about my daddy, and this is why I don't talk about my father so much. Cause I've never seen a picture of my great grandfather on my father's side. Like he's like a question mark. But I asked my aunties and stuff information since my dad told me. My daddy told me I don't like to talk about my dad because when my father was he 9 years old or 10? I want to say he was 10. When my father was 10, my father found his father dead in the backyard of their house. My father's my father's father friend, my granddaddy friend killed him in my daddy's backyard. So my daddy said this is what happened. My daddy was a little boy, he was 10. He said they was on the porch, him and his mother. It was a summer day. They was sitting on the porch. He said he went to the backyard. He seen his father and his friends sitting in the back garage. The backyard was off an alley. He said they was off in the alley in the backyard drinking beer and stuff like that. Just me and being me and hanging out on a summer day. He said he went back there, seen them back there chilling and drinking or whatever. So he went back up to the front. He went back to the front, sat on the porch with his mother. He said, next thing you know, he just heard bow, 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 3 gunshots. He said he ran from the porch and ran to the backyard. My father found his father dead, shot in the head. That was crazy. So I asked my dad, I said, Dad, so you the one who found your father dead? He was like, yeah, my mother, she's like, my mother told me, boy, go back there and check on your father, see what they doing back there. He said he go back there, sure enough, he the one who found his father with his brains blew out. So I felt so bad for my father. Like I just seen it in his face. And we having a heart to heart. We sitting on the porch, me and my father. So I'm like, I said, so Dad, why you ain't never tell us nothing about that? He gonna flip on me and say, that's what I be talking about. Y'all be worried about these niggas. Y'all be chasing. Y'all worried about these kids. Y'all don't worry about how y'all was brought. I said, hold on, bro. Like how you gonna get mad at me? I was a kid then. It's your job as a parent to tell us our history. Like you wait till we grown women and men to tell us about our great grandfather. Like I didn't know that, and I had asked my big sister because I got a big sister on my father's side. I said, why you ain't tell me that daddy found his father dead? My older sister tell me like I didn't really know how he died. I just know he got murdered. Nobody ever told me what happened. I said, you never knew what happened? She was like, nah, I just found out through you. I said, so do you know? And I got another brother on my dad's side. He the oldest boy. He a psychiatrist, my older brother, and he played college football and professional football, but he got injured. Right, he was a bench player, my brother, but he got injured and he ain't played no more. He dropped out the league. It was a long story, but so I asked her, I'm like, do Junior know the story? She was like, you know what? With him and daddy, with him being the only boy, he probably do, but their relationship so strange. I doubt if he know. So it's crazy that none of my father kids knew that story. I was the first one I believe to know. Cause when I asked the rest of the siblings, they was like, they never knew the story. Nobody told them. So I asked my father after he calmed down from flipping out on me for talking about some we don't pay him no attention. We don't know our history and all this stuff. So I'm like, Dad, how was I supposed to know? So he was like, I said, so how do that affect you to this day as a grown man? Because think about it, even though this is my father, but real life situations from our past, our childhood trauma, some people never heals from that. I don't care if they could be 40, 50, 60 years old. And looking at my father in that moment, I could tell he still carried that weight of seeing his father being killed. To this day, he still carried that weight. So I asked my father with sympathy in my voice. I'm like, well, Dad, how did that affect you as a grown man now? He was like, it still affects me. That's why I drink so much and stuff. That's why I have problems with you would never forget about when you see something like that. He said, so that's why I still battle with certain things myself behind that. I told him, I appreciate you sharing that with me, Dad, because I have to be able to tell my daughter about her great great grandparents. You know what I'm saying? Your kid is very important for your kids to know, and you to know your family history. But in that moment, right then and there, when I was talking to my father, I realized the gap and disconnect with communication over all these years, all my life. I never seen a picture of my great grandfather, and I never knew how he died. I'm thinking all this time he died from natural causes, like my grandmother did. So I was like, well, maybe natural causes. To my father told me, like, nah, my father got killed when I was young. I don't want to find him with his brains blew out. I'm like, that gotta be traumatic. Like when I say the lady life in the gas station with all that blood, man, that was not the other day, but about a few weeks ago. But I don't even think that was a month ago. That was like 3 weeks ago or something. Man, all that blood I seen from that lady in that gas station, certain stuff I will never forget that. All the way up until I die, what I seen with that lady and help say that lady life. I have never seen so much blood. When I tell y'all, it looked like a crime. I mean, well, it was a crime scene. Cause still, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the husband did something to her or if it was a drug overdose. And then the crazy part about that situation is the police gonna ask me like, when you was in there with her, did you see any drug paraphernalia on the ground or anything? Like I told him, officer, who's looking for that? Like when you in something like that, he like, no, I didn't want to act. I just wanted to know if you knew, was you with them? And then they started making it seem like I knew the people and stuff. It was crazy how it got turned out. So the one officer, he was like, no, you did a great job. You did a great job. We just have to ask you all these questions because we don't know what's going on. We don't think you got nothing to do with it. So I'm like, I understand. So as they cleaning the blood off of me and stuff, like I told y'all, I had to go home in a gown because all my clothes was drenched in blood from me and the husband flipping her over and pumping her chest and all that. I mean, she had blood. Her whole skull split open to the white meat. I've never seen nothing like that, man. Her nose, her mouth, blood was coming out her ears, her head. I mean, it was leaking like a faucet. I'm like, what the hell? So the BP girl, she come to me, the girl who was working there, she like, do you not know? After the police leave, she come up to me. She was like, do you not know they think I got something to do with it? And I said, what makes you say that? She like, because they gonna ask me that I know them. How do I know them? And obviously I got a BP uniform on. I said, they just asked me that. And she was a younger girl. She was a white girl, a worker. She was like, I give her 22, 23. And I told her, I'm like, no, baby, they don't. I told her, baby, they don't think you got nothing to do with it. They just got to question us to really see what's going on because they asked me if I seen drug paraphernalia in there. And she was like, why would they ask you that? That's like trauma. Look at all that blood. But the girl said, this some bullshit because I got to clean it up. That's what she said. I was like, wow, that's what you worried about? But she was like, I'm scared to death because I'm thinking the lady is dead. In my head, I thought about this lady, y'all, all night, all the next day. I could not sleep until BP gas station. They text me like, "Oh, thank you for everything." They gave me free gas. Next thing I know, y'all, about I say it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. The lady texted me and was like, "Thank you for everything. I'm at home. I'm recovering. Thank you for praying for me. You an angel. We need more people like you." And I just told her, like, "Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm just glad you safe." But it be situations in your life that's traumatic that you can't forget about. And I can see why people indulge in drugs and alcoholism because of life traumatic experiences. Some of this stuff be hard for you to cope with. That's why you gotta pray. You gotta talk to somebody, get you a spiritual advisor, get you a mentor or a life coach. You know, they got this stuff is free. They got so much free help out here, y'all, that y'all could take advantage of. Some stuff you do gotta pay for, but it's so many free programs and so many free counselors out here that would love to help you. Like even if you smoke, they got 1-800 quit now. It's so much free stuff and suicide hotlines and stuff you can call to get some help. So I always want to let y'all know, never feel like y'all by yourself. It's always somebody out here that been through what y'all been through, going through what you going through, and overcome some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff. So never think your circumstances is bad that make you want to commit suicide. It's always somebody going through what you're going through. Enjoy talking to y'all tonight. Thank y'all for sitting here listening to me as I vent and give y'all my truth and give y'all my experience. I believe in y'all, and if don't nobody else believe in y'all, I do. So see y'all next time. Welcome to the pipeline. If you watching the video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. I see y'all in a bit. Hopefully when I see y'all, I have Miss Reneko Stroud on. Y'all take care. Have a good night.